so much.
I was hired at Walmart Supercenter on April 18, 2021. My 2-year anniversary is coming up soon. I first decided to apply to Walmart because my dad works at the Walmart home office, and he started out in a store when he was about my age. I applied to be a personal shopper, and all that I knew at that time was that I would fulfill online orders made by customers. Over the past 2 years, my department has grown, and my role at the store has grown as well. Today, I'm here to tell you about Walmart Online Pickup and Delivery, also known as OPD, and how there are multiple parts that work together to get an online order from the shelves to a trunk of a car. When I was hired, my department was split into 2 parts from the store. My department was split into 2 parts inside the store because we were working in a temporary space in the garden center. Now we operate out of a large warehouse connected to the side of Walmart. I was put into a leadership position very early at my job, so I have learned the operations of our department and how each part works together in detail. Upon the conclusion of my speech, each of you will know the 5 steps of OPD: picking, staging, prepping, dispensing, and closing. Picking is the first and most important step of the whole process. When customers place an order, they can only receive that order if we actually go and get the items. So without pick runs to collect the items, our entire operation would fail. The items in the store are separated into different commodities. The largest commodity is ambient, which includes things like chips, canned food, bread, and pasta. There's also a produce ambient section, which is all fresh food that does not have to be refrigerated. Then there's chilled with items like milk, cheese, meat, and yogurt. Next is frozen, which you may have guessed is all the frozen items. General pick runs include medicine, makeup, hygiene, and home products. Finally, there are a few smaller commodities, and they are entertainment, oversized, GMDs, which stands for General Merchandise Deliveries, toys, season, and alcohol. When an item cannot be found, a picker can substitute that item for a similar one. Each picker picks 1 commodity at a time, and up to 8 totes of 1 commodity. For example, one picker may get an 80-item pick run of all ambient items in 6 different totes. About 1,000 new items are dropped every hour, so it is important that we pick items ahead of time and stay on schedule. Our store has a goal for each associate to have a pick rate of at least 100, meaning each picker should be picking at a rate of 100 items per hour. After items are picked, they need to be staged. This means that they are scanned into a certain spot so we are able to locate them later. Pickers are responsible for staging chilled and frozen totes into the numbered freezers and coolers, but any of the other commodities are left for 2 or 3 designated stagers to take care of. Totes are not picked by order, so it is the stager's job to put the totes that belong to the same order together. All the orders get staged onto dollies, a flat surface with wheels, so that it's easier to move the totes around. It is really important for the stagers to stage totes as soon as they come in, or it can be very difficult to find the totes. There are 5 different types of orders to stage: customer pickups, deliveries, e-orders, in-home deliveries, and GMDs. Stagers must make sure every delivery order is sharing the correct dolly with another delivery order because drivers often pick up 2 delivery orders at once. Stagers also stage by time. For example, all the 5 o'clock orders get staged before the 6 o'clock orders do. Prepping is the next step after staging, but it only happens once a customer checks in or they say they're on their way to the store. One person is a designated prepper and is responsible for getting orders ready to go out to the customers. When a person or delivery driver checks in, the system tells the prepper which location every tote in that order was staged to. Suppose a customer just checked in. A prepper clicks on their order details, then goes and gets the ambient totes that were staged onto a dolly, and grabs any chilled and frozen totes that were staged into the coolers and freezers, and places them on the same dolly with the ambient totes. After that, the dolly is added to the line of orders that needs to be taken outside. This way, all the items are on the same dolly, ready to be taken out to the customer. The chosen prepper must be paying attention to their device so they can prep an order as soon as it pops up. It is important to prep orders right away so that the customer's wait time stays low. When 2 delivery orders are prepped together, it's known as a batch. After an order is prepped, it needs to be dispensed. 4 or 5 people are designated dispensers, and their job is to take orders out to cars in the parking lot. Each dispenser has to wear a yellow safety vest when they go outside. They take 1 prepped order from the line and take it outside to the car. If it is a customer pickup, they must check any substituted items with the customer before giving it to them. And if the customer doesn't want it, they must take it out of their order. They are also supposed to ask the customer where to put the items and if the customer wants their bread and eggs in the front with them. If the order is a delivery, the dispenser has to type in the driver's code and make sure it is the right person. Then they put one order in the back seat and one in the trunk with a label on each order so the driver can distinguish them. Our goal is to keep our wait time under 5 minutes, which means that the order should be given to the customer or driver within the first 5 minutes of them checking in. The only time we are not allowed to dispense orders is when there is lightning outside, and we have to wait 30 minutes with each new bolt of lightning. Although pigs drop every morning at 6 a.m., dispensing does not start until 7 a.m. Our department closes at 10 p.m., so we start our closing jobs around 8 or 8:30. Many of the closing tasks can be done at the same time, so the work gets divided amongst the closing associates. The biggest task is getting the leftovers ready for the next day. Because customers have 24 hours to pick up their orders, they can come the next day. First, all the totes are scanned through to see if they are still valid or if those orders have been canceled. Next, all of the items from the canceled totes are placed into shopping carts, creating return carts. After that, all the chilled and frozen totes are restaged into the closest available spots to the front. Then the ambient totes are consolidated and restaged into a yesterday's order location. Then return carts must be ran, placing all the items back on the shelf. Any damaged items, known as claims, are properly disposed of and trash is taken out. Lastly, all empty totes and dollies are placed back into their designated areas. While the closing jobs are being done, the prepper must still be paying attention to their device because customers and drivers can show up until 10 p.m. It is the job of the person in charge to lock all the devices in the safe each night. The very last step of the night is to make sure the door to our back room is completely locked and shut so that random people can't come in. Now I have told you about the basics of Walmart online pickup and delivery. There are many more steps involved in the process, but these are the foundation for our department. Now that you have a basic understanding of picking, staging, prepping, dispensing, and closing, hopefully you can appreciate the person bringing you your groceries the next time you have an order from Walmart. Although our department is constantly changing and evolving for the better of our customers, these steps are always the core elements to get our job done. In addition, the addition of online pickup and delivery is a relatively new addition to Walmart. It's less than a decade old, so it could look very different within the next decade. Pickup has no extra charge, so now that you know more about the process, perhaps you could trust your local Walmart to shop for your groceries for you. The only thing we ask you to do is leave us a review, hopefully with 5 stars, since you know every step we have to get through to get the items out to you. I'll leave you with our favorite thing to say: save money, live better. Great.